All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my custom D&D games set in my weird homebrew campaign setting, and the people below me are the people that keep coming back. I haven't figured out what I've done, but they keep coming back, so I just keep making up shit.
Yeah, a couple of them for more than one campaign.
You
Who
are
in the
very
world
right.
could you be talking about?
Yeah, I totally don't know what you're talking about.
So I
Stares intensely at Imp.
had to readjust things so I could have
I'm
people
gonna
in the
win
middle.
D&D, goddammit!
One of these times. Is it? I'm waiting for you guys to just collect like a menagerie of NPCs and then go. Did we win D&D? We filled an entire like a hundred cruise ship with just random outcasts that we found while we were adventuring. Did we win D&D?
Hey, that's how a lot of games
Done.
work. There are games that build off of that.
Yes,
that's
but
how-
now we
No,
have
that's
it
a,
how
just
Ash-
drove
that's how
your
Ash did
DM
it.
insane.
Yep, he sure did.
Okay, Jody, now you act out all 5 of these NPCs interacting with one another. Roll this.
And go. Action.
I've
so I
done
want the guy with the workshop that helped do the fancy stuff for Crexney. I want
Yep,
Thomas.
definitely.
I want this guy who just put us
Thomas.
into the shed. I kind of want Owie's friend to come.
That guy.
Sort of like, to be
I
a wrangler
want-
of sorts.
I want the entire repair crew of Kenku.
I did.
This will just turn into
Trust the
one-man
birds.
show, Jody.
Yeah.
Jody.
I think Katie might remember this. I don't know if I've done it for you guys, but I know I've done it with my other group before Imp joined. I have 2 characters that just tend to show up in any RPG I run, named
Yeah.
Philip and Gareth. And I can't
Oh.
remember if I've introduced them to you guys, but
I think so.
Gareth is this voice that I just came up with one day that I am infatuated with, because he's this is Gareth. Philip, I don't want to do this. And so I had a few times in, I think it might have been my other campaign, The Legend of the Three
Yeah.
Kingdoms, where
They-
I would just have conversations between, because they would meet both of them because they'd both be guards somewhere, and it'd just be like, Gareth, will you stop talking like that? Philip, I don't like this. They've got fireballs and everything. Yes, but we've got shields and they're resistant to fire, so we'll be perfectly fine. But Philip, it's hot. I want to go to bed. I want to bath. No, Gareth. We have to defend the fort. But look at one of them's, he's got a sword. You've got a spear. It's longer than a sword. Yeah, but what if he cuts the sharp bit at the end off? What am I supposed to do then? Poke him with a stick? So yeah,
Really, Kess, when they were introduced in Realms, Kess
Oh,
was
yeah.
sort of taking the lead on it. She goes, whatever. she just walks, and then as they're talking, Jody eventually goes, oh, like, they're like 20 feet ahead. I guess we'll escort you. Oh wait, they're the ones who came with the inspector, right? While we were having
probably,
this party?
if I had to guess, because whenever I need generic guards, I used to just use them. Now I'm terrified. I'm going to put a generic guard in. I'm going to have to turn Gareth into
Keep
a
him
real
on the
person.
ship.
Because right now he is a voice that complains. Like that's all he does. If I have to come up with like a home life for him, I will lose my mind.
I've heard of
You
that.
better not introduce him.
I've heard of that. Like
Campaign.
DMs, very into the story I've heard from other DMs, but like they'll go through and tell a tableau or like to get the characters interested, and like they'll just like, and you're in a tavern and you see this person, and you see Spuggle fuck the kobold cheesemonger over here, and then you see, and there's in the corner there's a shadowy figure looking over a map. Hey, what's going on with the kobold cheesemonger? What's his deal? Why is he tipping them back so much?
He just, part of me thinks like the cabbage salesman from Avatar is 100% that NPC
My cabbages.
that the DM just is like, oh, you're in Ba Sing Se, and there's this and this and this, and well, are there any like, can we get something to eat? Yeah, there's a cabbage salesman, but you can see over here, people from the Fire Nation are starting to do this. Well, I want to go get cabbages. Sure, you went and you bought some cabbages. Well, what does he think of the cabbages? He thinks they're great. They're his favorite thing in the whole world. Anyway, it's how it goes.
Give later on. That's how he came into Cabbage Corp.
It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing ever. I had a joke that I wrote where someone was talking about players getting hyper fixated on something. It's like, oh, it's the chair thing. It's like, okay, I described this room. It's like, well, I want to examine the chair. It's a chair. Well, can I use my perception check? It looks like a chair. I want to use insight to see, what I can learn about the chair. It feels like a chair.
Yeah.
Well, I want to intimidate it. You think that it's so scared that it's chair-like in its scaredness. And like, well, what about it's a chair. It's a chair. If I thought you were going to be this obsessed with it, I would have turned it into an ottoman because then at least we could have talked about its empire. But it's just a chair.
Oh, poor Mercer.
So, yeah, I've had a couple times. I've had that happen in D&D Adventures League games where I don't write the material. And everybody knows that. It is an accepted fact that I'm running a pre-written campaign. And they're technically kind of linear because you have to get from point A to point B to point C. And they're fun. And I've had people hyper-fixate on little parts trying to like trip me up and go, ooh, I broke the DM. And they always regret it because I will come up with nonsense for them. And then they won't finish the adventure in the 4 hours we have. I'm like, no, you guys wanted to order lunch. And everyone had to have their own cocktail. So yeah, I came up with my own cocktails and I described how they tasted and what they smelled like, and we spent an hour getting cocktails. Everyone else that's running this adventure is busy killing kobolds. You guys are getting drunk. Congrats.
Yeah.
Priorities.
That's how it goes. Hi, anyone that's still watching this. We do sometimes play D&D.
How much XP do we get? You turn to Gene Wilder. You get nothing!
You stole fizzy lifting drinks!
Yeah.
Good play, sir.
Don't get what I give you and like it.
I did have one group that was just remarkably bad at playing, and just kept doing the wrong thing consistently over and over and over again, and they didn't complete the adventure. And there are very specific rules about what happens if you don't complete an adventure in the D&D Adventures League. And so they only got minimum experience. They got no magic items. They didn't get any money out of it. And they're all like, well, can't you just give us? I'm like, no, you get nothing. I gave you everything in the world. I even said, maybe that's not the greatest idea. I used my normal, are you sure you want to do that? By the way, if anyone is unaware, if the DM says, are you sure you want to do that? Whatever you just have suggested is such a bad idea that the DM has stopped what they normally do, which is, let's see how I can torture the players, and have turned into, oh, I can't do this to them. I have to give them another chance.
And when that player looks
the answer is still yes.
Yeah, when that player looks them back dead on, and knows what they're saying, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yep. And my particular variant of that, because I've had this happen before, where like a player go, well, I'm going to go punch this guard. I go, okay, just so I understand what it is that you're describing to me. You want to walk up to a fully armored guard who is standing along with his 6 fully armored friends who have just come to a conflict that they are relatively certain is going to erupt into violence, so they all have their weapons drawn, and their entire life is based on their ability to use these weapons to kill anyone that attempts to hurt them. What you want to do is go up to that person and punch their armored body with your bare fist. Maybe
Roll
another course of action?
Roll for damage.
I cast Fireball!
Oh, God.
By the way, since this is my show, I can totally do this. I have a buddy
Do whatever you like.
who does 3D printing, and he created this really cool Fireball bottle. It looks like fire, but the top comes off, and inside are 8d6, which is the exact number of dice you need to
to
Roll
cast
fireball. See a little pop it
Oh
off,
my
and,
God, I
and the
love
dice are
that.
like they're red, and they've got like the 6 looks like a fire, and it's really really cool. Anyway, they went on sale today, and I'm telling everybody, and no, I don't want to open that. I just opened Final Fantasy 14 because the icon is right next to the other icon I actually needed.
Yes, the superior MMO.
What was I going to say? No, I'm going to link this in. I'm going to link this in the chat because I'm a good friend and I'm advertising for my other friend, and they're very very cool. And if I had money, I would actually buy it. But
We're promoting someone else other than Kiri's books.
yeah, that's the weirdest thing,
I
isn't
didn't know
it?
that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know we could do that either. How did I pull that off?
Well, I mean, if you ask Angelique, we can't.
No, I somehow screwed up my... Oh, that's why. It's no longer... There we go. No. Why are you doing weird things?
I learned it from watching you.
So when I run all this stuff, peek behind the scenes, folks. When I run all this stuff, I have like 7 different windows open, and one of the windows is my Twitch feed, so I can see everybody in chat and react to stuff, and I have the activity log in case anyone does any redemptions. And the window that has all my Twitch dashboard stuff just decided I didn't need to see half of it for no reason. So, anyway. Yeah. So anyway, go support my friend. His name is Declarations, DK Larations, and he's super cool. And he made a thingy, and we've had this conversation a few times. We can't understand why this isn't a thing already. Like, they have healing potion bottles where like it has a little like red resin in the bottom, and then it comes with 2d4 because that's how much a healing potion is. So those have existed for like a decade, but these haven't. And so we're like, oh, that's cool. Anyway. Done shilling for my friends.
Yay.
That being said,
Magnet.
one other announcement before we get going. This weekend on twitch.tv/LGUniverseTV, I'm running the first of a 2-shot adventure using the Cypher system, which is going to be the system that we use for Campaign 2 for Realms of the Wild. So if you want kind of a preview of what it's going to be like, to see how that system works, and we're going to try some new redemptions to see if they're going to work with Campaign 2, check it out. Otherwise, we're only like an hour late. Let's jump in and return to Traversing the Veil. Everything is on fire. So,
Success. We win.
We win.
We have all the pets and everything's on fire. Yes.
Now we have the pot and the money.
so, you guys, for our last session, I have to get to the right spot. There we go.
Fort go boom.
So, the last time we were here, they had discovered that there was some ruins in the southwestern tip of this island. Ruins have never been discovered on a Fading Isle before. Everything on an island always gets wiped when it goes down there, but for whatever reason, these ruins still exist. And while there was a meeting trying to figure out who was going to go there and get assignments and everything, some explosions went off. Smegwick saw one person in particular that seemed familiar to them, and then you guys all immediately went to your ship to ensure that it wasn't being blown up with everything else, which would have trapped you guys on this island, which will eventually sink. When you, on your way there, you got some help from a turtle in putting out some fire that was cutting you off from the dock. And when you got to the dock, you saw that every ship but yours had been either cut loose or set loose to drift away in the Veil. You went and you were able to rescue all of them through various means of some teleportation and other things. And then when you came back, you were all summarily.
Summarily? I'm trying
There
to
we
figure out how to
go.
say it.
Summarily arrested because they have scrying spells on the dock that were able to effectively catch someone that looked a lot like you guys, setting all those things apart, specifically Smegwick. But
I'm the fucking target every goddamn time.
so you guys were taken to a holding cell by a completely nondescript NPC that we will probably never see again.
That's what you think.
And after Aui's friend from school was able to make a bit of an uproar, you guys were effectively put on house arrest in your ship while they try and figure out what they're going to do about this.
I believe we're on his ship because we're not
Yeah.
allowed to go.
Yeah,
we're-
we're on
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
allowed-
Sorry.
We weren't allowed to go to our ship.
Yeah, you are basically under. You guys are in his prison hold, which is very nice and cushy. So that I believe that's where we left off last time. Correct?
Yeah.
Am I forgetting
Yeah,
anything?
pretty much. Yeah.
So
Sounds right.
Well, the wizard who actually, because I rolled well, luckily, said the wizard's like, doesn't make sense. Spelled it out, and he was just like, he's arguing with the person who's currently in charge because the other person got blown up, and I think they're arguing it over right now. Was last we heard.
yeah, it's been almost a day since you actually talked to them because you guys were in the jail for something like 6 hours. The jail for something like
About
6
that,
or 8
yeah.
hours. And then when you got to the ship, they gave you a meal because they hadn't fed you at all while you were in there.
We got sandwiches.
Oh wait, yeah, you got sandwiches.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. I think it was like, was it 4 hours?
It was like 4 hours. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
that long.
Still
We would've
longer
stayed
than
there.
a
We
short
would've stayed.
rest.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Um,
have stayed.
So
Like, yeah, no, fuck this, blam blam.
at this point,
Leaned on the wall. Wall falls.
it's close to nighttime on that same day because it was bright early morning. Are you okay? Okay, make it sure. It was early morning when all the explosions happened, and now it's kind of the end of that day, and you guys are still in prison on Declan's ship. So
Well, they're really just fancy guest quarters. And there was a lock, but
yeah, they Declan actually has a brig on his ship because it's a large enough ship.
Yeah.
None of you are there.
Yeah.
You're all in guest
Okay,
quarters.
good.
And Aoi has her own
confined to
quarters.
quarters.
Yeah, Aoi has her own much nicer quarters.
Yeah.
So, after you guys were quote unquote locked in your quarters, no one has really interacted with you much. Even Aoi, after you're put in your cabin, Declan really hasn't come back to speak to you at all, and there is a guard outside your door. That unless you decide that you want to ask, you can't tell if they're there to ensure that you stay in your cabin or to ensure that no one comes into your cabin without your permission. You're not sure if they are guarding you or guarding the ship from you.
I'm just not gonna ask any questions and wait
I thought we were-
patiently.
I thought we were in one big room.
No, he took me to a separate room.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of her status, he had said, "Well, we can't keep her in here with you guys." And I think if I didn't explain it this way, I should have. He would have provided different quarters for the men and the women, just because it's so effectively everybody, and then Crexney technically has her own quarters, but they're not as nice as ours because, as far as he's aware, you were not aristocracy. So
I think he's still under the impression we work for her.
it's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't asked a ton of questions, and he made a lot.
We
of
also have
assumptions.
encountered that.
So, is there anything that you guys would like to do? There's a guard posted outside your doors. and you guys, both the rooms that you, or all three of the rooms that you guys are in, all have windows. Always has a very nice window and a little balcony. The rest of you just have portholes. But you guys can see that it's getting pretty late.
Okay.
This would normally be about the time that you guys would start thinking about bedding down. So, with that
I
being
don't
said,
wanna- I don't know if anyone else, like Smegwick's going to see if we can have a conversation.
with
We
With each other?
yeah, you guys can talk as much as you want.
Well, I mean, like through walls, or can we actually be in a room together?
Well, three of you are in the same room.
Yeah.
And then Crexney is in the room next to you.
Yeah.
And then Aoi, you have no idea where she is.
I think we can request that, like the crew would like to have a confab with one another.
Okay. So if you ask the guard replies, unfortunately, sir, we've been instructed to keep you separate and in your quarters for the time being.
Please tell Declan that one of the crew is requesting to speak with one of their fellow crew regarding the situation. I'm sure we can all be civilized about this. We're already being civilized. I don't see why we can't do that further.
I'll make a suggestion. And then he closes the door again. About 20 minutes pass.
And Smeg was going to be like, don't want to burn a bridge because we made as many friends as we can in this situation. We may have to be annoying. Reggie?
why don't you?
So you guys, 20
Way
minutes
ahead
pass,
of ya.
and you
Define
hear
annoying.
a knock on your door. I don't know if my mic is actually picking that up, but I'm
Yeah.
knocking on my desk.
Yeah. Reggie is like midway unpacking his violin, and you just see him go like, "God damn it! Okay."
Oh, are you going to
He was just
play
gonna
the
start.
bowstring really badly?
Oh, he was gonna play something.
Yeah.
Since no one's answered yet, you hear
No, I'm
the
gonna
knocking
like-
again. So
Who
as, you,
is it?
Answer the door.
so as you come to the door, you see the same
I
person.
like imagining Megwick saying that.
He
Housekeeping!
Who is it?
You see the same gentleman you spoke to before. Very sorry, sir. We have unfortunately been given instructions from the head of the expedition. We are not allowed to allow you to speak with each other about any of the matters. We were told we were supposed to keep you in separate cells, but Declan made a big deal of it and said he wasn't going to do that. And then there was a fight, and well, let's just say Declan was perfectly fine. Declan was not hurt in any way, shape, or form. Declan.
Oh.
But they acquiesce. So if you want to talk to your other friends in there, you're fine. But I'm not allowed to bring your other friend in. Sorry.
Counter offer. May we please have a discussion with both Aoi and Declan?
We're not supposed to let you guys out your rooms or allow you to talk to each other. Something about getting your stories straight.
Even supervised?
They're mad right now. They're setting up some sort of trial. I could send messages if you want. They didn't say we weren't allowed to take messages to each other.
Well, last I checked, this was Declan. Is this Declan's ship or is this someone else's ship?
Well, it's
It's
Declan's
Declan's.
ship, but
Yeah.
Declan is currently under contract with the expedition. So as much as this is his ship, he still has to follow the orders of the head of the expedition until our contract is up. And while Declan is a fiercely independent person, it's one of the things I admire about him. He's also a very honourable person, and part of the contract says that he's going to listen to what these people say. So he wouldn't knowingly go against, especially when he gave his word. He wouldn't break his word.
Okay. Well,
Even-
one situation at a time. I understand you're just doing a job. Could we please speak to Declan at his convenience? considering.
I can ask. He's not on a ship right now. After the whole debacle, he went to go talk to people, and he hasn't returned.
Is
He
my room
was not
closed?
happy when
Are our
he
rooms
left.
connected?
You guys share a wall, and they're walls on a ship, so soundproofing is not an incredibly important thing on most ships. So you, if you're at your door, you can hear this conversation happening.
I was gonna yell. I was gonna say I'm gonna yell sharpshooter, and I'm gonna shoot whatever furniture is in my way. All I'm gonna hear is sharpshooter, and then they're gonna know that they can talk to me.
Everyone ducks.
Everyone
I
is
really-
on that side.
I really like the idea of him. Yeah. So what was going to happen? You sharpshooter, and then did I miss something?
Slowly pulls him down.
As he's down there, he's like, "Is it safer down here?"
Sometimes.
On the dick.
How do you guys make money? Like, how
We came back from a lot. We you should see us out. We were let loose out there. We came back with a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door now. But if you need anything, did you get dinner?
Still crouched down.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten up yet. He's like, do you guys need anything else? Like, we can bring you if you need some water.
Joshua,
or-
we're interested in talking to. If not,
Did you
Declan.
Did you get your citrus rations for today?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
because I can bring.
got some-
We've got some very very nice.
Are they candied?
No, we don't have anything that nice. No, they're oranges. They're very large oranges and very juicy. Declan gets the best for us. It's one of the things I like about him. But yeah, if you guys need, like, we don't want anyone getting scurvy or nothing like that, so we always make sure everyone gets their vitamin, their citrus rations. Makes everything better. So I can get you that, or I can get you some water. I might be able to sneak out maybe some mulled wine if you need something to get you to sleep, but beyond that, there's not a whole lot I can do.
Some of that
Good.
wine may not be a bad idea.
Okay, I'll see what I can find. It's not
Just
going to
be-
be the best mulled wine you've ever had. It's just, I have to go with
No, I've
whatever's out
had
there.
many kinds, so I think it will be just fine.
Just
Alright.
if you do hear sharpshooter, get low.
Got you. I'll remember that. As he closes the door, you guys can hear him kind of mumbling on the other side, and you can hear him walking, and there's an odd scraping sound. And it takes you guys like half a second to realize he's crawling away from the door. He still hasn't gotten back up.
Okay.
All right, everyone, come closer here. I'm actually gonna try and get in touch with Owie. Does anyone have anything they would like to say to her or ask her?
Basically, we're gonna need to intent. We need to get to those ruins. It's no coincidence that we're getting fucked over here. We cannot waste a day with a bullshit trial.
No, I completely agree. I'm gonna see if I can try to find out what's going on her end. And I am gonna cast Sending,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and send a message to Owie directly. And it's gonna be a very short message. It's just gonna be simply, "Hey, Owie, this is Reggie. When you get a chance, give us an idea of what's going on. Are you okay? And if you can, do you see any way of us being able to sneak out of here, all of us, so we can try to get to those ruins? This is all just a giant waste of time on our end."
That might be pushing the 25-word limit.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
that's
Sorry,
a
sorry.
long
At what
message.
point did that get cut off?
I'm gonna
Sorry.
say
Sorry.
Owie, are you okay? Can you
I
hear me? This is
If you want me to, I can redo
I'm
that
gonna,
and try
I'm
to
gonna
keep
say
count.
she probably got the first like sentence and a half of that.
This is Reggie.
So you got more than
you okay?
that, but the part about this
Owie,
being a
warmest regards. This is Reginald, your friend and crewmate. We
Remember-
are all in a separate room.
from work. Reggie from work, remember? It's one of my favorite things in the world is just around people like, we know each other from work. So, Aoi, you do get the gist of everything. You just don't get anything about this is a giant waste of time or anything, because the spell would have ended by then. But you
It's like
can...
when the voice message cuts someone off before
Yeah.
they're done.
Redo. Second message.
I
But you can respond in 25 words or less.
I'll check with the guards, see what I can do.
As you say that, you hear a bang from outside. And you hear very heavy footsteps coming towards you. Very heavy armored footsteps coming towards you. And you hear the clinking of metal against metal as you assume someone has just saluted. And then you see the door, the stomping stops at the door, and you hear this very kind of polite...
Come in.
And the door opens, and you see Declan come in, and his normally very jovial face is flushed, and you can see his skin is a little bit more colorful than it normally is, showing that he's exasperated in some way. And he comes in, and he closes the door behind you and goes, "I cannot believe this nonsense. This is simply unacceptable. I don't believe..." And he just goes on for like 5 minutes complaining, eventually kind of realizing that he hasn't said anything to you. He goes, "I am so sorry, Howie. This is... Oh. From the top. The new expedition leader has decided you are all guilty and has passed judgment that you are all to be hanged for your crimes. Now, surprisingly enough, I did not quite accept this, nor did his chief magical advisor, and so I have been arguing with those two for the better part of an hour and a half now. He will not let this go. He needs someone to blame so he doesn't look like a complete buffoon, which unfortunately for us, he is. So making him appear as something that he is not is going to be a very difficult process. However, he has agreed to allow us to have an actual trial for you to prove your innocence. I have contacted your parents to inform them of the simply unacceptable situation. They have said that they are sending a representative to represent you. Unfortunately, they did not seem quite as keen at representing your friends, but fear not, I shall represent them myself, obviously. The law is not my particular expertise, but I did learn a few things as I was training and learning my craft. So I should be better than nothing. But your representative should be here within the next few hours. They have pulled some strings, got some extra expedient transportation services. Wouldn't allow them to teleport directly to the base because, of course, we can't have a teleportation circle here. That would just be simply preposterous. But anyway, you should be perfectly fine. Your friends, on the other hand, I will do my best.
Do they know about this?
To who? Your friends?
My friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance. I literally just got back on the ship. Felt that you should be informed of this. I will be informing them post-haste.
Okay.
Besides, I need to have conversations with them to figure out what our defense is going to be.
Okay.
This is... Howie, I am so sorry about this. This is something that you should not have to deal with. If we were anywhere else, if we had anyone but that imbecilic buffoon in charge here, we would not be having this discussion. We would be actually looking for the real perpetrators and finding a way to prevent it from happening again. Is there anything I can get you? I know this has been very hard on you. It's a very difficult situation. Whatever you need, we can find a way to get it for you.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, well, you get some rest. I'm going to tell your representative that he is not to disturb you until you awaken in the morning. Despite the fact that we are going to have the trial in the morning, I think it's more important that you get a good night's sleep as opposed to preparing this preposterous defense.
I,
Worry not, little one. Declan will never allow something bad to happen to you. We are too good of friends for me to sit by and allow someone to bully you like this. All right? Keep that chin up. And he kind of turns around. And as he's going, he turns to the guard. Whatever she requests, she gets. No questions asked. Is there an understanding? Yes, sir, Mr. Declan, sir. Good. Closes the door behind him, walks away.
both my parents, but one of them is not really not really home. Exhaustion washes over me, and I go to sleep.
Okay. A few moments later, you guys hear heavy footfalls outside your door of armored boots. You hear someone knocking on your door. I don't know. Is my mic actually picking me up knocking or? Oh. That would be why you guys like. It's really loud to me.
You got a good noise gate. Nope.
Apparently, I don't even think I have a noise gate. It's just hyper directional, and so it only picks up me.
You need a wood that you hold up just for the knocking sound.
Apparently, I got I mean, there we go.
Nope.
Literally,
Not a sound.
it has to be a noise gate. I didn't even know I had a noise gate on this thing. That is impressive. Fuck you, Mike. All right. So, knock, 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 knock.
Who's there? Sorry.
Owie. Owie who?
Owie who?
We all answer the door, look really tussled up. Woo! Oh, what's going on? No, hey, how's it going?
Well, I figured you'd want to know exactly what is going on now.
Now, we certainly do appreciate that.
I think we got a gist of what's going on already, for what we've been told.
Well, I guess I could reveal this to you now, since I am your representative.
Yeah, apparently there's going to be a trial.
Yes, there is a trial. I mean, technically, you guys wouldn't have heard about the trial.
The guard brought it up.
The guard said it.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you did. I can't remember the things that I have said myself. Benzos are fun, folks. And by fun, I mean horrible.
At least you have a reason.
Well,
It just does. My brain just doesn't work.
so, he goes, yes, there's going to be a trial. I have just spent the last few hours arguing with a buffoon who has decided that you are all guilty and deserve to be hung.
Sorry, what?
The
Did
fifth
he
person.
say hung?
Oh, there's another one of using that. You! And he goes and they kind of collect Crexty and bring her over.
The fifth person in charge currently, because other people got blown up along with people that we were also there when it happened and also took damage.
They claim they have irrefutable proof that it was entirely your doing.
The wizard said this isn't right.
Let me rephrase that. He claims he has irrefutable proof that his magical advisor says is stupid. But because he is officially the head of the expedition, he gets what he wants. So we were able to talk him down from simply declaring you guilty and hanging you, and they're allowing us to run a trial for you to prove your innocence.
I understand you mean well, and I understand you're here to help Owie more than anything else.
Technically, I'm not helping her at all anymore. She has her own representative who actually knows what they're doing.
The long and the short of it is, this has been a setup.
Oh, I
And
firmly
now-
believe that.
I
Do you?
I have no reason not to.
Be
Should
nice.
I not believe it?
He's testy. It's okay. We're all on edge. Right?
Well,
He just sits down with a pout, not saying anything.
I understand were I in your position, I would be testy as well.
Long and the short of it, if this gets drawn out, our chance to prove our innocence is actually going to go bye-bye. That includes Owie.
Well,
I am of the belief, in order for us to prove our innocence, we need to make it to those ruins. Whoever did this has been, if you look at, examine everything else, is been trying to encapsulate this fort and prevent people from leaving, and to, at the very least, slow people down. This is not a coincidence.
I mean, nothing you're saying right now rings false. However, I don't believe you have much of a choice in this particular matter. I mean, if
I mean, technically, they don't have a lot of people to keep us here. I'm also not saying I'm not saying we flee. I'm saying we go to the. We could have gone. We really could have gone to our ship to begin with. We didn't.
yes,
saying we
and
go-
that's
I'm
a
saying-
wonderful part of your defense.
I'm saying we go to the ruins because that seems to be where this is all revolving around.
Well, if
Now, maybe we might be able to work it out in regards to recognizance under some form. Where, like, obviously, we're not taking our ship. That's left under your
if you
watch.
would like to argue that at your trial, you are more than welcome to. However, I have given my word that I will represent you in this trial. So if you're telling me right now that you are going to attempt to break out and fight your way out of this city, then you're going to have to go through me to do that.
No, I'm saying we
And I
could
would
have. We
prefer-
didn't.
I would prefer that not to happen, because I think you are a wonderful bunch of people. But I will not stand idly by as the law is broken. In either direction. I believe what he
Well,
is
to be perfect-
doing is a perversion of the law, but
Yes,
if
exactly.
you decide that the only way to fight a perversion of the law is to pervert the law yourself, I cannot abide by that process of logic.
And I'm going to tell you right now, we lost.
Why?
Because the guy wants someone to blame.
Oh, I didn't explain this to you, did I? He is not the person that will be deciding your guilt.
He's encouraging it.
That's good to know.
No, they will actually have a jury, chosen from the remainder of the survivors that you will have to prove your innocence to.
You understand how screwed up this is. This isn't normal, right? You understand that.
To be perfectly honest, I have seen stranger things in my time.
Me too. It's really good.
It's a good show.
I was trying not to. Thanks, Venus.
Sorry, my bad.
I like that. This would normally be where I say, take your legend point, but I don't have legend points. If you don't have DM inspiration, take it.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, the only person that is convinced of your guilt is this buffoon. Who
No,
will
there's
not,
a couple of people that were salty about us
Well,
because rumors have been spread about us, which I'm also convinced is by the same people.
it's possible. However, you have me on your side, and you also have the head magical advisor that seems to think you are innocent as well. So, I think if we present our defense well enough, I think we have a very good chance of winning this. It will piss him off beyond belief, which at this point I consider that a bonus.
How much longer do we have to wait?
Oh, the trial will be tomorrow, starting around 10,
And then
11
whether or
o'clock.
not, however it goes, it'll be another day, and then another day, and then the
Oh,
diamonds
no. We will make our case, and then as soon as we are done, they will take just a quick vote of confidence right there in the courtroom. Which
I
is,
know, but the people who have already got it will then have 2 days lead on us, and that's it. The island will still be up by that point.
Innocent until proven guilty. I'm leaving.
I think in this case it's guilty until proven innocent.
Unfortunately, not how it's working for us.
Like I said, if you want me to defend you, as I have said I would and gave my word that I would, I am more than happy to do that. If your intention is to break out of here and break the law again, then my entire
Never said breaking the
crew-
law.
Right now you are incarcerated on my ship, leaving without the express permission of the head of the expedition is illegal, therefore breaking the law. So, if that's the decision you want to go to, then I simply have to inform you that I will do everything in my power to stop you. It is nothing personal. I 100% believe
It
that you
never
are
is.
innocent. However, I have taken an oath to uphold the law. So,
I want to insight check this guy.
sure.
That's a nat 20 for 24.
Okay. Dragonborn in general are kind of hard to read because of their their draconic ancestry. However, with a 24, nothing that he is saying bleeds any sort of deception. Like 100%, you think that he not only believes that you're innocent, but also has a very steadfast kind of loyalty to law and order in general.
He will believe in the law even up to the noose being around her neck.
Okay, well, that's a tiny bit reassuring.
Hmm.
Okay, so Reggie visibly just kind of like calms down a little.
However, due to the fact that you are now my clients and no longer technically my prisoners, I can provide you with anything you feel that you need for the night. And my men told me that you wish to converse with each other before, and they prevented you from doing that. If you would prefer to speak with each other in a more, again looks around, private setting, I can give you my ready room, which
May
is...
we do that with Owie, or are we still going to be confined to separate? Which, by the way, makes no fucking sense.
Well, someone of her standing being kept with other people simply would be degrading. So,
With her crew and friends? Who, by the way, she was with us when all this was going down and we were fighting and helping.
if you would like to have a conversation with Aoi, I would love to facilitate that. Unfortunately, she is not my client. Her parents have sent a representative for her personally, so I unfortunately do not have the authority to set up that meeting. However, my ready room is connected to my cabin, and if you were unfortunate enough that you just happened to waste a little extra time in my cabin instead of my ready room, or were to accidentally leave the door open, that doesn't break any laws. I can't force you to close the door.
I appreciate that, Declan. Thank you. I think we will take up on that happenstance.
Certainly. If you are all ready, I shall take you to my ready room.
Lead the way, McDuff.
Alrighty.
So he takes you out, and you see a few members of the crew kind of look at him kind of strange, but they say nothing. Takes you upstairs. You see these big double doors. As he gets there, he knocks.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
While we're going through and the crew sees us, Arai's going to whisper to Crexney, "Sharpshooter."
Stop! Shooter!
Let's
Only
find
one
out who
person
he
decks.
told.
Yeah, and the one person you guys saw hits the deck, and everyone else is like. And Declan looks at you. I fear I have missed something.
Just cracking up.
Spitwit, not Smegwick. Spitwit sends an image to everyone. Crexney, Crossbow, Declan, basically going like, and then us walking off the ship? Question mark. And it was like, no, not helping.
So he takes you up. He goes. He knocks on the door. Owie, I'll let you decide if that is enough to wake you or not.
Yeah, I would say she's a light sleeper.
Okay. So as you kind of come to the door and open it, you see Declan there with all of your friends. And he goes, "Very sorry for this, Owie. We need to use the ready room."
Okay.
And he turns to all of you. Now, of course, you all know that this is entirely for you to get to my ready room. And of course, you are not to interact with other prisoners that are not part of your party. Of course,
Thanks,
you
Bill.
all know that.
Thanks.
And he kind of just gestures in. The ready room is the double doors
Ready?
towards the end.
We gotta get ready first.
The ready room is ready?
course.
Ready.
And he closes the doors behind you guys.
Alright, opens the door.
He puts you in his captain's cabin and he closes the door
okay.
behind you guys. So you guys are all with Owie. Sorry.
Okay.
Doors are
Oh,
open. There.
you're safe.
Yeah. So,
We're
how about
fucked.
that? Yeah, but right now I think all we can do is wait, cause trying to break out of here will just have us step into deeper doo-doo.
Here's the situation, kid, and this is how I'm just going to read the situation. This is how I'm reading it. We go through the one. We've been set up again. Shocker. We are fucked in this situation. This is a setup. We can try and go through it as best we can. Try and prove our innocence. The problem is also going to be the people that set us up will have won, regardless, because we need to get to those ruins for various reasons. Because Smegwitz is also looking around like he's not trusting that we're 100% safe to have an open conversation. Declan's a good sport. I'm not looking to burn a bridge.
Neither am I.
However, if we go by the book on this, the way I pick this up, this is my inference. I could be totally off base. You're going to be taken away. We're going to take the fall to that effect.
Oh,
Good
God.
or bad. We're
No,
going to go to
you're not off base. I got the same vibe as well.
good or bad, that's what's going to happen. Best case scenario, we all get off scot-free. Your parents come to pick you up. Worst case scenario, your parents protect you. The lowly crew members go for a swing. The people who set us up get what they need from the ruins. Either case. I'm not saying we fought our way off the ship. Declan seems to be a good sort. He seems to be a good egg. Is that okay for me to say about a Dragonborn? But we may need to go there. If we wait for the trial, best and worst case scenario, we're going to get split up. You're already going to have your own separate council. We got a fuckwit who's in charge of this place. We don't have very many friends here in this instance. I'm not saying we run to the ship. I'm saying we run to the ruins. That's my intent. If we can do that. I am not saying I do not want to fight your friend or the crew. That will just make us look bad.
Yeah, obviously.
But if by chance we could perhaps leave without bringing Declan into trouble as well, we could perhaps, worst case scenario, have left, but not dragged anyone else into the situation as well while we go to the ruins. We will probably be in trouble, but won't get necessarily Declan in too much trouble if we were to leave to prove our innocence. If Declan directly understands what we're doing, he will impose us, he will stop us. I'm not looking to fight him or anyone else. I'm not looking to fight anyone looking to just do their job. If we have to do the trial, so be it, but I promise you it's not going to end up where the best case scenario is not going to be a win for us. Does anyone have any thoughts about us leaving?
How long can we stay in this room? Would we be able to leave without a presence, without them knowing or is it too far away to get to the ruins from where we're at in the day frame?
I'm going to presume there's guards. I'm going to presume, I don't know how deep into the ship we are.
The captain's cabin opens to the deck. So technically, if you go out the door, you're right on the top deck. There are.
And then how far are the ruins?
The ruins, probably bare minimum, you're looking at the better part of like 4 or 5 days. Again, getting to the mushroom forest took a day.
We could use fast transportation, and I didn't see anything in regards to mounts.
In general, the reason you haven't seen any mounts here is simply transporting them to a fading isle presents 9 times out of 10 just presents too much of a cost and opportunity of loss of goods for them to do it, even on an island this big, which is rare, because they don't know when they're going to go, bringing too many horses or any other forms of transportation.
What is Ogon's speed?
You should have a it should be on the Huzuetsit. But I believe, I want to say it's like 40 or 50. I think I'm relatively certain he's faster than you. I have to actually look up the stat block real quick here.
Speed 40 feet.
Yeah.
40 feet.
So he's a little faster than you. But not, massively.
Not significantly, yeah.
You would be faster if you were riding an actual horse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to push yourselves, you could probably cut the travel time in half, but that will require exhaustion checks at the end of each day. So you could probably get there in about 2 days if you guys really pushed yourselves.
That doesn't help our 1 day time frame for trial, though. We would not be able to get to the ruins.
No, I mean, the trial starts tomorrow mid-morning. The reason it's not starting tomorrow at dawn is that Aoi doesn't get a chance to speak with her representative until tomorrow morning. If she would have been able to speak to him tonight, the trial would have started at dawn.
So if everyone else is going to be traveling at 4 days to get to these ruins from today, if our trial ends, they're not going to be able to get to those ruins in time. If we can get there faster than them.
Yeah, even if somebody left yesterday, if the people there had left yesterday, they still would have about a 3-day journey.
They still have a day on us right now, and it's turning into 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
And how far would it be by ship?
Ship, you could probably get there.
Upgrades.
Oh, with that, you guys could probably get there in less than a day. The issue being, you have no idea if there's a place.
Yeah, it's really,
Yeah,
there might be cliffs. I think we was discussion last time.
Everywhere else, like the docks themselves, like you guys have like I think 20 or 30 foot cliffs to get down the docks, and the docks were specifically designed to kind of stretch and move as the island rose. But that
the island has elevated.
the lowest part of the island. So since no one's been there, you guys wouldn't know if it was going to be, something you could just go up to and do a little climbing, or if you're going to be looking at the white cliffs of Dover or something.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, if we do end up being able to get on the ship, we can at least go closer towards it. And if we find that we can't get off directly near the ruins, then we can head back up coast until we can actually get on the island.
The problem is also there's going to be elevated and for us climbing. I'm not above that, but above that, I will say that will make us look worse if we take our ship and we.
I was gonna say we take someone else's ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never
I was about
know.
to say, that's not going to make you guys look like criminals at all. I will say, if you
sure
take
you
someone
wanna do
else's
that?
ship, it will take you better part of a day and a half. Like the fact that you guys
4
have
days.
your upgrades is the reason you could get there so fast.
By the way, stealing a whole ship is considered high piracy and an incredibly is basically pouring fuel on a fire.
I mean, if you guys want to try and, argue that it was necessary, like that has been an argument. So it would require you going to another trial, but
No,
No,
we have a
don't
perfectly capable ship. That's not a good fight.
Maybe
I will say
Maybe
if the trial, just to give you guys an idea, if the trial only lasts a day like you've been told it will, theoretically, if you left directly after the trial, you could probably beat whomever was going the long way, as long as you guys can figure out what to do with docking. Because again, your ship is significantly faster than any land-based travel is going to be.
The other option is we go through the trial. I was considering this as well. The other option is we go through the trial. We do not give them the opportunity to take Aoi away. I'm sorry. I'm picturing they're going to take Aoi away from us. We go through the trial. I'm going to guess your guy, whoever is being sent for you on your behalf, is probably going to be under orders and such. As soon as the trial's up, one good or bad, that's our next move.
what if we remove Aoi from the equation?
Yeah.
Declan is definitely the kind of person who is so loyal, so hardened to making sure that dear Aoi is safe. So much so that, say, if something were to happen to Aoi, say if she went missing, he might find that grounds enough to possibly delay the trial. Might buy us a little time to get over there.
I don't see. I think that paints us in the corner of we're just
Doesn't
held.
have to-
We're held here longer.
I'm about to say, yeah, we don't want to delay the trial because then we'll be stuck.
Yeah.
And still buy some time to try to figure out a way to get over there.
Well, unfortunately, buying time
I'd
could
rather
also
be
hurt
out.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can't come up with any idea, and believe me, again, it's like we can. If we cannot come up with any options to leave now, I'm going to confess I am leaving a blank right now.
Yeah, so am I.
We may have to go through the trial, and we may have to do our best to prove our innocence, good or bad, and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if there's an opening, we leave.
Mm.
And our goal is the ruins. We have to go to the ruins. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go through something else too. God damn it. Do I think we're under? We're probably not. Like, there is every possibility we are being perceived, listened in on, to some extent. I think from Smegwick's viewpoint.
I would say from Smegwick's viewpoint, I would say Smegwick is probably convinced that you everything is being scried upon.
Yeah.
Darn it.
From Aoi's viewpoint, because of what you know of Declan, you don't think he would ever allow something like that to happen. But I
Oh.
think that would be an exclusive, because again, you know Declan.
Yeah.
I think that would be something that would be exclusive to Aoi's point of view. I think the rest of you, it would make sense to me
Assume the
that you
worst.
all
Mhm.
would not trust him.
Well, I think I trust him to an extent, but I'm also like, I have no. I want to tell you guys a lot. I just don't want to like.
I
have-
think it's a completely justified.
Yeah.
point
That's
of
why
view for your character. So
Smegwick is saying out loud. I wish I could tell you guys a lot, but we need to I need to let you guys know right now. But I just don't know about the ability that we're going to be scryed on right now by interested parties. I don't know Declan that well.
Owie.
I'm giving you an
Owie.
opening.
Owie. Owie.
Yes.
I sure do not understand how trustworthy Declan is.
Oh, he's pretty.
Jim winks.
Uh, good. He's pretty genuine.
Would he be
Yeah.
spying on?
Is he the type of person to eavesdrop?
I don't think so.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Pretty trustworthy, if a bit loud.
Okay. I mean, he does seem like a bit of a law dog. Okay, we don't have so much time, so we gotta give you the heads up. And maybe this will be something for Declan to know or not. I don't know. Okay. Our pasts are really coming up to bite us in the ass. And this one may or may not be my fault. Rye and Crexney may not be aware of the little fancy carpet ride I went on to recover the memories that were blocked, but Crexney, but Owie and Reggie were there, and then I had the potion that refilled that. I did not think I was going to be running into any of those assholes. The purple tiefling,
Yeah.
she and 3 other assholes were from Soul Watch, where I was held,
Oh,
while Goggles rooted around in my fucking noggin.
what was that?
Yeah, I don't know who that
one
was.
of the guards is having a very loud conversation.
Goggles, I was not the only victim of Goggles, and Lord knows what else he did. Soul Watch was a play. I don't know if you guys know too much about Soul Watch. That is a place where, let's just say, the Empire, at the very least, the I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the Marines' names.
The Sovereignty Marines.
Type of Sovereignty Marines. That's where they like to have their own type of prisoners. Sydney, what little I remember about her. I think Goggles did a hell of a lot of work on her. I do not remember a time where she was not in fetters and manacles, and she made the guards nervous. She summoned a dagger, flew it past my friggin' head, and put it and made that explosion. Detonated whatever the hell it was. There were 3 other assholes. He's gonna use illusion, minor illusion. He's gonna like there. I'm gonna have to give you a real quick rundown. We'll go into about this later. The group of us were kind of isolated and grouped together. I think after Goggles gave up with me, took them off to do their own thing. These 2 idiots, and he shows these are the twins, and he does this, and you see a fire genasi and a bugbear.
Not much of twins, aren't they?
To hear them talk, they ran a criminal empire.
Oh,
Oh.
that makes sense.
These 2 fools were the hired muscle. They got caught selling Tempest Sovereignty goods on the black market. They got busted.
Ah.
This guy shows the fire genasi. He's just a real smirky ass. He's like, yeah. He's got his fire. He's got like a fire faux hawk.
So Hades?
He's the type of idiot who he shredded his suit to be sleeveless.
Like a fiery Biff Tannen.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to go backwards here. I'm trying to speed run this stuff.
I know exactly what you're going through because that's what happened when I was writing this part. It's like, shit, what were their names?
Just saying. There we go. Okay, this one right here. This is like shows the fire genasi. This is Jern. Big mouth, braggart, sharp, pointy, mohawk, fire hair. And this guy shows the bugbear. You see a guy who's like the way Smeg would remember him would be in the prison garb, because he wouldn't have like. I don't know if I ever saw him. It's like there was the Dream Inference. I'm guessing from the Dream Inference, I might have seen these guys in their special armor, because I remember the dream part.
Yeah, the dream you went through, you're not 100% how much of that was memory and how much of that was just your brain kind of mixing memories.
Because I have my memories back now.
As far as the memories that you recall, you've never seen them in that particular armor before.
Okay. So I think I would have seen him like I think that he would be referring to them in their prison garb.
Yeah.
You see him in his prison jumpsuit. This bugbear looks very well kept in a prison jumpsuit. He's a bugbear, very well groomed. This is Tomb. He's got
Really?
gold.
That's his name?
He's got gold. You see gold cap tusks. Guy was always grooming himself. Considers himself the smart one of the two. That's not saying a lot, but again, these are the type of guys that make you believe they're bigger than they are, where they got caught doing. Do not underestimate these two. If we do, and if Cindy's there, I do have no reason to believe these other idiots aren't going to be there too. They know how to fight. They're deadly, and I looked at Reggie, who's like, who has gone down a lot, like, and they are not above fighting dirty. Now,
Operation Protect the Squishy.
Just an FYI on that. These guys will fight dirty. The meanest of them all, Cindy might not actually be the worst, and he doesn't mind an illusion, and says like, and you see an Aasimar. Jody, is the Aasimar fallen?
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be. You see a fallen Aasimar. This is Tetsa. Mean. She holds a grudge. You see a fallen Aasimar, white hair, a blue streak. The reason why she was in Soul Watch, she didn't care how she got the win. She got her own unit, took damage and harm to walk away with the win. She does not give an F about the friendly fire. She wants the win. Any means necessary.
Yikes.
And that's what she does. Chief success. She holds a grudge, and she likes to light people up. Her MO was lightning, from what I heard. Though, of course, obviously we weren't doing a lot of spell casting, obviously, but
Well, even one of the kind of unique things about her specifically is when the guards weren't watching, despite the fact that you guys are supposed to be kind of magically suppressed and there were wards that prevented magic, she somehow is almost always able to get little lightning balls to dance around in her fingers and things like that.
there's also probably what Goggles was probably doing with us, and was probably,
But you saw her affinity with lightning magic often.
She likes to be in charge, and she likes to basically use that power, and she is cruel. That's who we're dealing with. If Sydney's here, I have no doubt in my mind those other three are here too.
Okay.
They're probably at the ruins. If they're probably on their way to the ruins at the very least. And one of them probably responsible for setting us up. One of them fucking made me look bad. I think that was the reason for the fall. I also think that's the reason why I'm not dead right now. If they had killed me, that's not as good for like holding things up. I'm not to say they probably won't kill me later if we show up. I'm just saying that as an FYI for reason how this is all working out. I'm trying to give you the best rundown really quickly in case we end up having to fight them.
Thanks for the info.
Arai writes down on a piece of paper. Tetsu. Wife? Question mark.
No, they are not waifus and husbandos. God.
So as the conversations...
All right.
Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
As the conversations started to kind of calm down, you guys hear another knock on the door that my mic won't pick up. I'm upset that my mic won't let me knock on things. You guys, you guys hear a slight knock on the door, and you can hear Declan outside. It's gotten rather late. Perhaps it's best to get some rest before the trial tomorrow. He's just speaking through the door.
Okay, guys. Night.
All right.
And he opens the door. Ah, good. You heard me and came out of my ready room to meet me at the
Yes.
door. Very good.
Yes.
You will now all follow me back to your cells.
Okay.
He walks you back.
Some very nice cells, by the way.
As he gets you back, he goes, by the way, I have been informed of their defense. It's,
Well, our defense, their
or
prosecution.
their prosecution, sorry. These
Okay.
words are very difficult, especially when your brain doesn't work like mine doesn't.
Is Allie's representation Phoenix right?
No. Howie's representation should be a paladin if it wasn't for the fact that he went to magic school instead of paladin school.
Oh God.
He
That narrows it down so much.
well, you would know that he was in the same program as you, where he was going to become an an Eldritch Knight, and he switched to war magic.
Okay.
So he
Okay, so it's not summer.
yeah, no, he's much more kind of magically gifted than you are, but
Alright.
still has, like, his initial training was martial, and then he switched to war magic
Okay.
because he thought he was going to be an Eldritch Knight, and then realized that war magic just called him a little bit better because it is a little more defensive and a little better at protecting people than Eldritch Knight. So. So yeah, he goes, they have 2 witnesses and this scrying that they're going to try and bring up.
Okay, I would point out, I don't know if there's this, I'm going to run it through real quick. There was a turtle druid that helped us. There was the Goliath that was standing guard at the piers. I think they could be a benefit to what they saw. He got blasted, we healed, but then we went about doing what we could to save the ships. Is there any recording of us helping the ships? There was recording of that person disguised as me. There should be recording of us helping save the ships.
There should be, and there isn't. That's one of the bits of your defense that I'm going to be bringing up.
Son of a.
Yeah.
The arcane wards were damaged by the explosions, is what they claim.
Across every single arcane ward? Okay.
Being a rather gifted with arcane wards specifically for defense, I can tell you right now, a simple explosion will not knock them out.
Exactly. Who are the witnesses that we know? Or
One
do we
of
still know
them
there's witnesses?
is a Tortu.
Okay, good.
And the other one is one of the cooking staff that claims to have seen the entire incident.
Oh, with them good gumbo.
Hey, put that on a cracker.
No, unfortunately, not one of the cooks. This is one of the.
Do you know how hard that is to do in a Brooklyn accent, trying to do it?
Put that stuff on a cracker. Get some onions. Stale Cracker, if you're watching this, you need to make better life choices because there's better things for you to be doing than to watch this. But we love you. No. Specifically, it's one of the cleaning crew for in a restaurant. They would be called a busboy, or bus girl, bus person, whatever the term is for it. They claim
Busser.
that as they busser. They claim that as they were cleaning up one of the tables, they saw everything as it happened.
Clean up a table during an explosion.
Oh, I'm guessing before the explosion happens.
Well, they were cleaning the table as the explosion happened. So,
Okay.
remarkably enough, they stopped cleaning the tables once things started
Yeah,
being
fair.
on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good call.
So those are the two witnesses that they have decided. If
What do they know anything about the? You probably don't know this offhand right now, but about the Goliath that got blasted. I'm guessing it would go
I
to the
know there
infirmary.
is a Goliath in the infirmary. He has been unconscious this entire time. One of our healers actually has been trying to figure out exactly what's causing it, because his body seems to have been repaired as much as it can, but he simply refuses to awaken.
Someone's keeping him. He obviously could help. Damn it.
mean,
I don't know if the druid friend or anyone else who might be on our side might be able to lend medical assistance to him to wake him up
Well, if it's
from the
something
magical side.
if it's something magical, I actually specialize in dispelling and draining magic from my enemies.
Well, I was also wondering it might be the after effect, like it might take a restoration of some type to try and wake him up. Is what I was thinking.
We will look into it. If you feel
Okay.
that this person needs to be at your trial, I will do everything in my power to ensure that he is there.
He was there. We were trying to get the ship. The next thing you know, all hell broke loose. The first explosion happened, and then he got blasted. Reggie healed him as best we could, but we kept moving, obviously, because all hell was breaking loose.
Makes sense. Then, is there anyone else you can think of off the top of your head that would give us any sort of benefit? Again, the two witnesses that they have seem to be weak at best.
The orc, the half orc, the guy we were selling the stuff to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Let me see. What was... Oh, I'm so very sorry. He passed away.
Of course.
Of course he did.
Hmm.
As one of the explosions happened as he was attempting to get... there were many people going in and out of the storage
Anyone
buildings.
that would have worked on either side of him.
Do they know if Thomas
Yes.
was a part of our team?
They probably do now. at
They
this
do
point.
now, yeah. There
Okay.
was a young boy who was actually saved by that half orc. He actually ran into the building as it was on fire to get as many people out as possible, and beam collapsed on him, and he unfortunately passed. The boy was there, and he basically stuck to the half orc like glue the entire time. This was his first time being on any sort of assignment. It's his first job, so.
There was also the wind elf after we took out the Otiug.
The wind.
Clean the air.
If you remember that.
Oh, yes.
He was snooty though. He was giving the stink eye.
No,
That's true.
I know exactly who you're talking about, because he has been complaining about the scent for really every waking moment since it happened. I don't consider him a bad person in any way, shape, or form, but I personally believe that if we were to bring him to the witness stand, most of his testimony would be about that smell.
Yeah, he was only there real quick.
Yeah, but he was there.
Yeah. But that was like he could give a timeline at the very
Mhm.
least.
Precisely.
And I'm thinking that any of the two people that maybe if there was anyone lurking to the side of that guy, at the very least.
That young
They
boy
can-
would have been there during the entire... He was very good at staying out of sight, but he never went very far from that
The orc.
half orc. So I would say he probably remembered all of it. And
Yeah, that took the night that did happen the night before, but
he's better than nothing. Like I said, I
Yes.
think we have a fairly solid case. I think it's going to be more advantageous for us, just the amount of information we don't have that we should. The fact that these scrying sigils magically just stopped working as soon as they had incriminated you is a point in our favor.
as soon as this trial
The
ends,
fact that the Goliath that you want to come has somehow mysteriously fallen asleep and there's no way to wake them is in our favor. Even if I can find a way to wake him, these are all things that will help prove that this has been some sort of a setup.
Sabotage.
However, the more I learn about this case, the more believe it may not be in your best interest to remain in this particular cabin. Listen to me as I explain the entirety of this before you respond. The brig on this ship is the most secure place on this ship. If anyone were to try to get to you, they would have quite a few different layers and guards and other things like that they would have to get through. If they attempted to do something to you while you were in these passengers' quarters, they simply would have to climb through the window. I think it might be in your best interest to spend the night in the brig instead of here. I will bring down more comfortable bedding and things like that, make it as palatable as possible, but everything you have told me and everything I have seen thus far points towards someone very powerful who's very upset with you.
I'm sorry, out of character. I thought he was telling us to go out the window.
Oh, no.
Out the window.
Oh,
Okay,
I get what you're
Okay,
putting
bye.
down. Wink. Yeah, absolutely. Don't go out the window.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not there listening to this conversation too, right?
No, you're back in your.
No, you're back in your room. And your particular, the captain's quarters is very secure. So
Okay.
you're perfectly safe.
Yeah, she'll just be sleeping then.
Yeah. No, it's the fact that you guys are effectively in the like ensign's quarters. So you guys are in the lowest ranking quarters, and they're not great quarters, and they were never designed to be protective. They were designed to be a place that you can sleep. So that's just what he's putting out here. It is entirely up to you. I certainly will not force you to go where you do not want, but it is my recommendation. I do not believe I can keep you safe in those quarters.
I can keep myself safe.
I do
I'd
not
like to be
doubt
safe.
it. But another combat involving you, especially on my ship, is not going to help our defense.
Okay. Can I have tea?
Whatever your heart desires, it is obvious to me right now you have been wronged. We also have a phenomenal chef. He actually
Better
makes...
than Thomas?
I
I
have never
doubt
met
Dare
this
you.
Thomas, but he does create his own tea blends that are quite refreshing.
Is he looking for a job?
Are you telling me you're trying to poach my chef? Well, this is preposterous. I cannot defend someone who is attempting to poach my chef.
Okay. You can keep him.
Very good. You see him chuckle a little bit. Preposterous, trying to take, as if you could pay him better than I could. My word. How he
Who
chooses
said
the
anything
most
about
delightful
paying?
friends.
We use the veil.
He just looks at you, he's like, I'm not sure I want to know what that's referencing.
I get it.
Anyway,
No, she's not.
I need to know your decision as far as where you would prefer to sleep tonight, because if you do want to sleep in the more protective place, I need to send some men to turn it into something that you can actually sleep in.
Can we sleep in the same room, or do I have to be separate from them?
You probably don't want to try and all fit into the same room, as the cells themselves are relatively small, but you will all be in the same area, just bars separating you, simply because that's how the brig is.
Sounds like a trap.
I can give you nothing but
she's
my word.
Snuggle bunny.
I mean, if two of you want to share the same cell, it's perfectly fine. I'm just saying all four of you in a single cell would be rather uncomfortable. Well, I guess it might not be uncomfortable depending on how close you are, but you will all be sharing the same bed.
If we were in, would we all be in the same room if we were not in the brig?
I could put you in a full bunk
No,
room.
I'm asking thing when he was saying that. I didn't know the options he was giving. If we were like separate rooms up top or separate cells in the
So
brig.
the decision that you guys have is go back to the rooms that you had before, where
Rooms. Okay.
Crexney has her own room, and then you guys Smegwick, Arai, and Reggie are all in another room. Or you can all go to the brig, and you would technically each be in your own cell. But the cells are all in the same room, and they're just separated by bars.
Okay.
And again, the cells are large enough that if you guys wanted to double up, you could be 2 and 2. Anything more than that, and you're going to need to be very close.
Well, I was thinking
Which,
we were
if
gonna
that's
be-
what you're into, that's what you're into.
No.
And I'm not going to stop you. I'm just saying.
if we were
Jody,
going to
that's
be
very
in this,
considerate.
if we were going to be in the same room, not in the brig, I didn't know if that was an option. But if we're all going to be, if we're each going to be in our own rooms, there's no point in what I was considering.
Yeah, the only choice you guys have is going back to the 2 different rooms you were in before, guys and girl, or going to the brig. That's the only decision he has given you. If you want to request something else, you can, but that's the decision he has given you. Because thus far you've asked the Dungeon Master, you have not asked Declan.
Okay. It's like, I understand what you're saying. It's a Hail Mary. But if you, and I understand you're going to keep, I think in this scenario, you're probably going to keep Rowley safe. I feel we would be much safer all together in one room, not in the brig, with relying on our own crew. Spitwit is going to send a message to Declan.
Okay.
Shadowy figure, meh, and then the image of us in the same room, mousetrap, giant chunk of cheese.
Ah.
And in this particular instance, you would be the cheese.
What cheese are we talking about here? This is strange. Like, I was talking about us all being together.
You see him kind of nod,
It's Keurig.
and he speaks a little bit.
You
lower.
hungry? Blood sugar getting low?
Pseudo dragons have never been my fondest thing.
You don't want to say that in front of him.
I don't believe it. It would be in our best interest to keep you in the brig. With all the redecorating, you see he's speaking significantly louder than he has thus far. With all the redecorating and ensuring that everything is working, and we haven't used the brig in a few months. No, I think it would be best if I could keep an eye on all of you in the same place. So, you will all come with me.
How
And
dare you? How
kinda
I
grabs
am irate.
Smegwick by
legal-
the shoulder a little bit. He goes, "You come with me, and the rest of you follow." And he takes you.
Help! I'm being oppressed.
He
How
takes
dare you unhand our dear friend?
to a what looks like probably officers' quarters, but kind of low-ranking officers' quarters, because you can see there's two berths in it, and then there's also a tiny little there's a window that kind of has a window box on it, so like kind of a mini balcony almost. No, it would be much better if I keep you here on the port side of the ship, facing the dock.
All right. Don't like. Smiggers just like, all right.
Oh, don't worry, I haven't done this in a while. Yes, so you stay in this room, and I will ensure that no one comes in here, no matter what you do, you scallywags.
Who are you calling a scallywag?
Your face is scallywag.
How dare you? And you see him like just take a glove out and like lightly slap you across the face. Smegwick
Hello?
specifically.
Hellish rebuke.
No, no.
I didn't take damage, so I can't do that.
I was about to say, it wasn't enough to do damage, but if you want to start a spellcasting war with a war mage, sure.
He wouldn't see it coming, would he?
I mean, he would recognize you casting the spell since he's looking directly at you. So he turns around and he turns to the guards and goes, "I want to have a full complement of guards here to ensure that no one leaves this room." And the guards just look at him like he's nuts. "Yes, sir. course, sir.
Smegwick, while he's like, the windows are fully closed and all that, is like, how dare you? The door's closed. How dare you? I've never been so insulted on my life. He starts the ritual casting alarm.
Okay. So, any other preparation you guys want to make before you hit the hay for the night?
I got a request with Reggie.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Smegwick is like, he's just like, can you do that sending spell again?
Can I?
I don't see why not.
No, I'm trying to see how many slots I
I was
got
about to
left
say,
because
I mean, theoretically.
We didn't burn a lot of spell.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
but sending is level 3 for me, and I only got 1 slot left. So whatever you want me to say, make it count.
I actually have it
Full
worked
strength
out.
magic.
Perfect.
It's exactly 25 words. I'm gonna need you to send a message to this person. He does minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
You see a female goblin. She is wearing a jumpsuit, an apron. She's got wrenches and cooking utensils, all in the same thing.
Love her already.
And God, of course, I would actually have to look this up now.
Wonder how many meals you had with just slight hints of WD-40 in them.
She was always clean when she served food, sir.
The reason why the pipes are always so clean.
You're gonna understand why I had to do this in a minute. I gotta get the names right. I have so many, like, Jody's not the only problem who has these issues. Okay. Female goblin back there. She's also got like the do-rag kind of tied back, like, you know, like Rosie the Riveter type thing, but female goblin. This is my ma.
Oh.
Is it? Let him explain.
Alright, just gets really close.
This is my ma. Gang spew. Gang spew. Clod dig.
Reggie's trying so hard not to either giggle or go, "Aw!" So you
One,
see him.
That's the goblin. That's the goblin name. You're hearing it. You also have just heard Reggie. You've also, I don't know if anyone else is here. You have also just heard Smegwick utter the surname.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Reggie is just trying. His lips are like so shut tight, but you see his cheeks are so puffed up. He is trying so hard right now. He is actually trying. Just
Spitwit is looking at you like, fucking watch it, dude. I'll tell you the story later about what happened and what led to me leaving my home. Would you like to believe what would happen if you made my ma cry or panic?
looks at the image.
Smegwick is staring fucking daggers at you right now.
Looks at the image. Looks back at Smegwick. Looks at the image again. Looks back at Smegwick.
I'm on a horse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Smegwick, still trying hard not to do or make any sounds. He just
I
shakes
have
his
to
head.
get this up. Reggie, I'm not fucking around. And with everything that's been going on lately, I need to make sure my family is okay.
That sobers him up.
Do we understand one another?
Mm-hmm.
I know a dozen different spells, and I know exactly how many HP you have. Okay, so I will say this. I don't know if you didn't want to translate this to what, like, I have the words written out. I can say I wrote them out on paper because I know the spell takes 25 words.
And honestly, I'll just say, and Reggie says that.
Yeah, because it's like letter. He's like, okay, you say this, and this is what the letter says. Yeah, it's written out, and he's gonna torch this thing as soon as he does this.
Mhm.
Hey, Ma, it's Smeggy. My friend Reggie is sending this. I hope you're doing okay. Got my package? Don't know. Next message. Smegniferous the Great. For out of context, I know I didn't clear this with Jody. When Smegwick had dreams as a child of being a spellcaster, that was little Smeggy's wizard name.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So Reggie,
Sends the
I would-
message.
I would imagine his mother would know it's magic spell. Like magic does exist here. It's just education.
Sending
so
is an extremely common spell. It's effectively the equivalent of the telegraph. So everybody knows how it works. She would respond.
for context, she probably sounds like Lois from Family Guy. Sorry to do that to you, but
That's
that
perfectly
is what.
fine. I'm
remember
going
who's-
to say in this particular instance, I guess I'll ask you first. Is there a hidden meaning in any of those words beyond like? Okay.
No, because he already sent a package. I think you remember he sent money.
Mm-hmm.
But he sent it to her, not the dad, because he didn't want to he knew how that would turn out. But if she got it, she know he wouldn't be able to fight her and so forth.
So
She may not even told him per se, but there is money, and he would have sent that. That was what, a month ago? Last month? I don't know.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that she knows how the sending spell works, kind of what happened to Reggie happens to her. So you get this, oh, it's so great to see you, and I hear from you, and yeah, we got your package. Your father was so upset, but I said it was good that you just keep it in contact. It's been so.
Your mother sounds like a very nice lady.
It's the mom equivalent. Oh, how do you turn this thing on? How do you turn? Does this thing work? Is this thing work? Beep.
But it seems that she seems to be okay.
Yeah, everything seems to be just peachy with your mother.
Okay, that means he also didn't hear about what happened, or maybe did. Maybe she doesn't believe the stories. She's not panicked.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Obviously,
good.
you're getting this through a third party.
Yeah.
But you would know your mother well enough to know that the response that you got from her, if she was upset, you would not have gotten that response. It would have been different. She would have bare minimum have complained about something, and she was just smiles and rainbows. So.
I mean, all things considered, he thinks that something. I think something may have been. He did not leave on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
he did write a letter, and then she also is the type of person who was keeps the peace.
Yeah, it's that mom thing of,
Yeah.
When I have a limited amount of ability to speak, then we're going to just pretend that there's nothing wrong.
Everything's fine. La 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 la.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
She'll
Family Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah, she'll get mad at you when she has the time and ability to get mad at you. But right now,
Okay.
you're getting the brief call on Mother's Day, and she's like, "Oh, it's so great to hear from you. I wish you would call me more."
Okay. So I'm probably still gonna get ripped a new one, depending on what the Temper Sovereignty's been doing to my name.
So, other than that, anything else you guys want to do before you?
Smegwick
get
begrudgingly, he just thank you, Reggie.
And Reggie, for once, looks at Smeg with complete sincerity, and he just simply says, "I know what it's like to miss a mother." And then he just steps away.
Don't fucking relate to me. Just he does his awkward walk away too.
So, anything else?
That's what I'm looking. I'll monopolize enough.
So,
I'm done.
So as you all go to sleep for the night, that is where we're going to end it for tonight. As always, if you missed any of this, I do upload all these to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. And like I said, this Saturday, I'm running the Cypher System stuff. So check it out on twitch.tv/TV. Otherwise, again, that is all for me today. And I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.